so hot, it's like 100 degrees outside. My shirt is too small. The direct sunlight's not good for paint. We're throwing it all out the window. We're gonna make a detailing video today. And you know, it's not very often as a detailer that I am just blown away. But I tried McKee's rubber mat, floor mat, rejuvenator, whatever it's called, and it did a great job of not only cleaning, but also restoring in a non-slick way floor mats. Didn't think it could happen. Thought you had to have shine or safety, gloss, or no slip. Turns out you can have both. So I called up McKee's. I don't do this very often. I said, hey guys, I want to know your best stuff. Give me your good stuff, because I just did this review and loved the product. I'm like, do you have anything else in the arsenal that you can recommend to me? I said, I really like doing interior work, but I also am a detailer. I love doing exterior work as well. 2 products. 2020 cockpit glass cleaner. Could this product replace my particular glass method, which is the magic eraser, clean waffle weave towels, wipe out at 256:1, and clean, 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 clean. Always working with clean towels, trying not to push residue, trying to discard the towel with residue and keep working clean until you have clean glass. Apparently this stuff works so well that that method would not be necessary. And after that rubber mat, floor mat, rejuvenator magic, I want to believe McKee's is onto something here. So I'm going to review this product. And I'm also going to review Hydro Blue, their SiO2 coating. There are a million videos about this out there, so you know it's got to be something, right? If enough people are talking about it. This is the only product I had heard of from McKee's. I thought McKee's was kind of an enthusiast brand, so I didn't really want to mess with it because I'm a pro, right? But I got to tell you, that rubber floor mat rejuvenator is so amazing that I have to try these products. So I'm just going to start here with the pre-spray of O&R. Sometimes I like to pre-spray with you know, a super clean or something like that, but this has just been washed, so, and I'm also in direct sunlight, so I want to work in kind of small panel sections, maybe even 1 panel. This might be a little audacious doing 2, but it's my truck, so I can kind of take more chances here. So just a pre-spray, just like that, and then why not, I'll actually spray it down. Give it the jet setting here. I'll grab my big red sponge, real light pressure, and again, you know, this is just me knowing this truck. It's been about a week since it's been washed, so just moderate dirt. Oh, I love the big red sponge on a well-maintained vehicle. It's just, you know, it's safe, but on a well-maintained vehicle, it's just like, okay, I can't be doing any damage. This is good. So, according to McKee's, you just rinse the panel. And while the panel's wet, you spray on their Hydro SiO2 coating, and then immediately you're supposed to rinse it off, working panel by panel. So maybe I'm overdoing it here by doing 2 panels at once. Let's give it a strong jet of water. And now look at that beading. Even if this is temporary, you guys, isn't most of life temporary, full of moments? You give your customer a car that beads like this, that feels extremely slick. I can see that it has its place. I don't know that, well, I haven't really fully tested it yet, so I'm not going to make any grand conclusions. So far, my thoughts are that the beading is pretty awesome. And the panel looks super great. Yeah, that looks really good. So this vehicle got clayed, washed and clayed a week ago. I put turtle wax seal and shine. Seems to be doing a good enough job. So again, this is just sort of like, is the McKee's Hydro Blue just an amazing topper for someone who loves maintaining their vehicle and loves the ease of use, because it's so nice not having to work it in and make sure that it's even. Just spray on, rinse off. Oops. So like I said, just a quick wash. Grab my O&R wash, big red sponge, just real light pressure, back and forth, easy. Not putting any pressure on this. Oh, it's so hot out, a nice cold bucket of O&R. What a nice way to spend a summer day, huh? Alright. The big red sponge. This vehicle has all kinds of protection. I did a Ceramic Pro Gold package on it last summer. I did a Ceramic Pro Sport package, kind of a rejuvenator topper package to it about 6 weeks ago, and that brought a lot of slickness back. And then I think the only time I washed it since then was last week with Turtle Wax Seal and Shine. So I'm asking the coating to do a lot. There's some superficial things here from being a busy person, you know, like bug guts in the summertime that I just don't keep up on as well as I should. But for the most part, that's my wash. Here's my rinse coming up. Make sure we rinse off the residue like they said. And you can see the water behavior right now. I mean, it's definitely a protected hood. Okay, let me give you a better look here. By the way, it's not as if I'm worried about water beading. I mean, whether it's the Seal and Shine, you know, the Ceramic Pro Sport, the Gold package, who knows? But you know, again, if you're like someone who wants a fresh layer of protection, I think Jeff over at Esoteric say that he likes, as a detailer, just to keep his protection nice and fresh. Because we're all just a little crazy like that and it's fun. This could be a good just SiO2 topper. Then they say just basically rinse it immediately with a strong jet of water. That's not really that strong. Let's try it. Rinse that out there. And let's just kind of examine how the water's beating as I do one more spritz of the hood here. I'm not even worried if this is just a temporary 1 week long whatever. I mean, I'm sure McKee's says it lasts a long time. I think a lot of companies make claims about longevity, but I drive so much in Utah, probably like at least 100 miles a day. We get a lot of crazy snow. So the longevity stuff doesn't work as well for us out here. So yeah, just kind of spraying it on and probably using way too much damn product, but you know what? Using product is fun, right? By the way, if you ever want to buy a truck, just remember they're a pain in the butt to maintain. It's just too much damn real estate, you know? Go ahead and dry this down. Could probably use my leaf blower at this moment. In fact, that sounds like a pretty darn good idea. Ooh, that roof needs to be clayed. That's nasty up there. So not that I ever recommend you touch your paint, but that's really slick. Like, that does feel like ceramic coating slick. And again, you know, Beadmaker feels that way. A lot of, you know, Jesscar polymer sealant I think feels real nice. But that's like, that's really slick. Not focusing on the wheels today, just want to give my paint a little rejuvenation. I felt it the other day because it still looks really good. It's a coated car, you know, topped with turtle wax seal and shine, and it felt kind of rough, like it needed a clay or it had some gunk on it. And I was like, all right, let me get to washing this bad boy as soon as I can. So let the O&R start to encapsulate some of the dirt on there. I like O&R and Wipeout. I prefer O&R for washing just because it's cheaper. For all you beginners out there, right behind the wheels, always going to have a lot of contaminants here. Always going to get really, really dirty. This and maybe the tailgate area are usually the areas that get a ton of material stuck on there that needs to get clayed out. So just always kind of focus here. If you're going through the motions, just remember this can be an especially hammered spot. O&R. Smells nice. Reasonably priced. The gold standard of rinseless washing, right? O&R. Okay, I'm just gonna rinse. Oops. Rinse, spray, and rinse. Freshly rinsed. Hydro Blue Sio2 coating to the rescue. See, I feel like I'm using a lot of product here. It's not that expensive though. I mean, compared to other premium coating products. Again, they say to work one panel at a time, which, like any detailer, I think I know what I'm doing and I can break the rules. And I'm usually wrong. Alright guys, I've got my own theory about what works for glass, but according to McKee's, their 2020 cockpit glass cleaner should be used as follows. Do not use on tinted windows. Ceramic tint. Protect surrounding materials from accidental spills. Not going to do that. Do not apply to hot surface. This is a hot windshield. Non-abrasive cleaner removes smoker's film. They say to put about a quarter size on an applicator pad. And then to work in about a 1x1 section. and then let it sit for a minute. Alright, now it says to wipe it off with a microfiber towel. I'm getting all the way down into there. I know they said circular motions. We'll give that some time to haze up. Holy crap, you guys. This comes off so easy. And I feel like it's taking the haze from me. Like I don't have to do it. It's pushing it a little bit over here. Okay guys, this is game on. Dedicated window towels. I'm gonna follow McKee's. I do like the results on that side with clean towels that I wash with micro restore and then air dry. I really hope that I can get the results I think are possible with this stuff. As my timer's going on in there, and you can see the haze on the window, I want to experiment. If dry doesn't work perfectly, would a couple of spritzes of wipeout on a towel work perfectly? So I'm going to keep trying to dial this method in as we wait for this. Those are just some thoughts. Variables could be how wet your towel is and what product you use on your towel, if any. And then I guess how you maintain these towels. I have a Korean waffle weave from the rag company, and I've loved those for windows. But they stay together in the wash cycle and they air dry, and that's, I hope, going to keep them, with prolonged longevity, I guess. All right, the timer's going off. What I'm noticing is it really makes wiping whatever is on there super easy. You still have to clean up what you're wiping around, but it loosens everything up dramatically. Okay, now I'm going to check some of my tight spots. I can see where I missed, but again, the value in a product like this is how easy does it clean up? Does it fight me? Or is it easy? And if I really care about this, I'm going to do a final pass with another totally clean microfiber. Just to make sure I'm not pushing anything in there around. Okay, I'm going to do my inspection over here. What do I see? I see some streaks. What I cannot tell is, are those on the inside or the outside? Nope, what I see is on the outside. Okay guys, so here are my final thoughts. This McKee's Cockpit 2020 glass cleaner is pretty awesome stuff. What I would do is kind of give this to the enthusiast and say, use it as directed, you can't mess anything up, it's great stuff. Is it better than a magic eraser? I don't know. I think a magic eraser is kind of like the handy person's way of getting the job done really cheaply. That may be safer and more effective. I loved the way it bit into that dirt after dwelling, and it just felt like you were gliding across that glass. Some technique tips I would use: dampen your towel a little bit with Wipeout, diluted at 256:1. So 1 ounce of Wipeout from American Detailer Garage, 2 gallons of distilled water. That should be your dilution ratio. And then in your bottle, you're obviously going to spray some of that onto a towel. And then that's how I would follow up after using the McKee's. Now, do you want to wipe off the McKee's dry and then try this wet? Do you want to try this wet and then buff dry? Those are all variables that I encourage you to try and to report back to me. But I love this stuff. I think it's great. I still have to try to hone it in, but the way that it glided across the paint or the glass, it was sort of like, I could see this really attacking smoker's film, you know, nasty off-gassing from whatever it is on dashboards and out of our mouths, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a scientist, I'm just trying to clean cars. This stuff works. Thanks, McKee's.